The highly scrutinized border visit is now scheduled to happen, and it'll be here in El Paso. We have team coverage of Vice President Kamala Harris's visit.
ABC 7's Rachel Phillips is reporting on the reaction, why some who've been calling for the vice president to visit for months now still are not satisfied. And
Saul Saenz takes us to the border again. He toured parts of it with Border Patrol. But just announced today, Vice President Kamala Harris is coming to El Paso Friday. Vice President will be joined by Secretary of Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas. Both will be visiting the border on their trip. Where Vice President Harris and Secretary Mayorkas will be going on the border is yet to be announced. Vice President Harris was in Mexico City 2 weeks ago, where she spoke on what she believes is the cause of the growth in migrants crossing the border.
I want to be very clear that the problem at the border, in large part, if not entirely, stems from the problems in these countries.
Again, that was on June 8th in Mexico City. The announcement of Vice President Harris's visit came just before U.S. Border Patrol Chief Rodney Scott announced he has decided to step down from his position. Vice President Harris's work on border issues began more than 3 months ago, and it's been the subject of much criticism. The vice president was tapped by President Joe Biden to lead the response to border challenges back on March 24th. Earlier this month, she made her first trip, first to Guatemala on June 7th, then to Mexico on June 8th. But many Republicans and Democrats were urging her to visit the U.S.-Mexico border. That will now happen this Friday in El Paso.
And Eric, ABC 7's Rachel Phillips has been following the reactions to the announcement of the vice president's visit. She joins us live to continue our complete coverage. Rachel.
Steph, reactions to Vice President Kamala Harris's visit to the border here in El Paso have been extremely mixed. Before the announcement, she's received constant criticism from Republicans for not visiting the border, and that criticism continues. Republicans have 3 main issues with the visit. It's taken far too long for her to come. Governor Greg Abbott in a statement today saying the vice president was named border czar over 90 days ago. And in that time, Texans have had their homes broken into, property damaged, and guns pointed at their heads as cartels, smugglers, and human traffickers profit off the Biden administration's reckless open border policies. Republicans also have an issue with the vice president visiting El Paso, with many saying that she's avoiding visiting where the biggest issues along the border are, like near Del Rio. Senator John Cornyn tweeting out this map today and saying, quote, after all, the VP isn't even going to the right place. Lastly, the VP is also being criticized for the timing of the event, with her visit occurring just days before that of former President Trump. CNBC reported today that Trump is taking credit for pushing the vice president to make the trip, saying in a statement, if Governor Abbott and I weren't going there next week, she would have never gone. And it's not just state Republicans who think this way.
There's no doubt in my mind or in anybody's mind who thinks about it. She would not be here had President Trump not said that he was going to visit the border. She did not want to be seen here. They know it's an embarrassment, and she was avoiding this at all costs, and now she's forced to do it.
But White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki made it clear this visit was always intended and they were just waiting for the right time. Coming up on ABC 7 at 6, we'll have more reaction to Vice President Harris's visit. We also reached out to local El Paso leaders and tell you whether they're included or not. Reporting live, Rachel Phillips, ABC 7.
All right, Rachel. And of course, those plans are fluid, so be sure to download the KVIA News app for free. We'll send breaking news alerts about the vice president's visit directly to your phone.
Today, Border Patrol agents gave journalists a firsthand look at what migrants go through when crossing illegally into the U.S., the same conditions agents have to endure to try to save them. ABC 7's Saul Saenz went along on that tour, and he joins us live now from near the base of Mount Cristo Rey. And Saul, we can see in your live picture right now, you're surrounded by potential dangers.
Absolutely, but one of those dangers that I did not mention in the lead that I just gave you is the heat. I had to drink a lot of this because just to stay hydrated out here in this horrible, horrible heat. But you're right. I'm standing where there are those 3 scenarios that migrants place themselves in danger and Border Patrol agents have to rescue them, whether it's the fast-moving waters that you see right here from the Rio Grande, the border barrier, which you see down further down, and then, of course, the mountains and the desert. Now, I can tell you that ABC 7 photographer Oscar Franco and I climbed up to the base of Mount Cristo Rey, and I can tell you it was no walk in the park. Border Patrol El Paso Sector Chief Gloria Chavez says they have rescued more migrants this year than the 2019 surge. In fact, in 2019 they have 5 rescues. In 2020 they had 40 rescues, and this year that number has soared.
We have rescued over 201 migrants this fiscal year alone, compared to the 40 rescues in all of the year of 2020. Unfortunately, migrant deaths have also surpassed fiscal year 2020, with the current standing to be about 17.
Chavez says the reason behind those higher numbers is because smugglers are telling migrants to flee from agents. Of course, that poses a problem for agents who have to balance law enforcement along the border with compassion when they come across migrants who have collapsed from heat exhaustion. Agents who rescue migrants in the desert say migrants are ill-equipped, not properly dressed to cross under blistering temperatures, and sometimes succumb to those perilous conditions, calling it a body recovery.
Body recovery is essentially what happens when you cross in the heat, you have too much clothing, you're wearing color black, you're not hydrated or in the physical shape to make it. It's a death, yeah.
Now, I'll talk to an agent who has rescued migrants from fast-moving waters like this, and I'll have that part of the story on ABC 7 at 6. For now, we're live near Mount Cristo Rey. Saul Sainz, ABC 7.